Homeowners, have you had somebody come to your door and talk to you about roof rejuvenation or restoring the roof? Maybe you've even seen a commercial for the product. I know there are naysayers that are out there, and there are those individuals in the roofing game who say, nah, this isn't the right thing for the industry. The man across from me right now, our roofing expert, Mr. Mike Feazel, would probably disagree, and we're going to talk to him about exactly why this product could be the solution for your roof. If you don't know what roof rejuvenation is, you got questions, this is going to give you the answers right here. Mike, thank you so much as always. You are the roofing expert. You've been doing this a long time. Yep. Thanks for joining us, man.
Long time. Thanks for having me on.
Man, I'll tell you, so roof rejuvenation, all right? This is a term that if you have not been in the game of roofing, or maybe last time you got a roof was 10 years ago, it wasn't really even available.
It wasn't.
What does restoring a roof, or what does rejuvenation even mean to a homeowner out there?
Yeah, great question. So I've been in the roofing business for 40 years. Built one of the most successful roof replacement companies in the country. My brother and I, we sold that company in 2013 to go down this path of roof rejuvenation. We coined the term roof rejuvenation because on the commercial side of roofing, restoration, it's a very mature industry. 40 years ago, it wasn't. Today, you don't just install a flat roof on a high-rise building or a Walmart store, not do anything until it fails, and then go rip it off and replace it. They do what's now called roof restoration. GE Silicone has entered that space. It's become a very mature industry. Now roofs are installed, inspected, maintained, extended, and then replaced.
Got it.
And now there are roof asset managers that oversee these projects. And so you're extending the life cycle of the roofing system, reducing the annual life cycle cost. So it's less expensive to extend the life of the roof than it is to do nothing in between. You wouldn't buy a new car and just drive it until the engine blew up. Yeah. Buy a new car and you replace the oil, and then every once in a while you replace the brakes, and you maintain that car, and then eventually it ends up at the junkyard.
Sure.
Right, that's the logical way, right?
Makes sense to me.
Before rejuvenation, there was no way to do that with asphalt shingle roofs. So we went away from the term restoration, and we leave that to the commercial roofing space. We coined the term rejuvenation because it was a new industry, it's a new niche, and it's the same thing they're doing on the flat roofs, but it's for asphalt shingle roofs on steep slope roofs. So we coined the term rejuvenation. We started this industry back in 2017. We actually found a product that had sat on the shelf, a patent that had sat there for, I think, 17 years. I found it on the, however many pages back on a search, looking for a way to get more life out of asphalt shingle roofs. We sold our roof replacement company in 2013, Feazel Roofing. Started a company called Roof Revivers. Okay. So as the name implies, we were trying to figure out how to get more life out of roofs. And when we came across this product, we knew that we felt that could really change the industry. So then we had to start testing it, see did the market like the product, would they pay for the product, did it stain things, and then ultimately do some serious testing through Ohio State University. And now the most important test, which is on the roof in the field with nearly 100,000 roofs nationwide, over 400 contractors, being accepted by the roofing industry more. Not all roofing contractors, but most roofing contractors know about rejuvenation. And from the feedback we get from our dealers across the country, most of these contractors appreciate and understand the product and are even referring out rejuvenation at this point, saying, hey, you really don't need a new roof. You got to call the Roof Maxx dealer, or they have a relationship with the local Roof Maxx dealer. So it's evolved and it's come a long way. But we offer a 5-year guarantee. People wanted to see what does it look like 5 years later. We now have hundreds and hundreds and even thousands of roofs that have been installed for that full 5-year cycle. And so we know what the product does.
Well, you're talking about what does it look like. What does it look like? I mean, because if I'm never thought about this, rejuvenation, does that mean that, what do you do? I mean, when you say this, and what exactly is this product itself? Can you walk somebody through what it would even look like to have a roof rejuvenated?
So we're Jiffy Lube for your roof. We're not your mechanic, right?
All right.
Your mechanic is your roofer. Okay, he's going to come out and maybe rebuild the engine, what have you. We're Jiffy Lube, right? We're going to come out, we're going to inspect the roof, assess it, is that roof still in good enough condition to have a rejuvenation, or maybe it's too early. Maybe there's not enough granules shedding off. There's no reason, which is the protective coating, there's no reason to rejuvenate a roof if it has not shedding the granules, which is usually on the southern slope. The Achilles heel of a roof is the southern slope. That's where it gets the most GV. And if there's not enough granules in the gutters, we're going to say, and that's anywhere from 5 to 7 years, more 5-year range in Florida, depending on the product and ventilation and a number of things. Or if it's too far gone, hey, there's too much degranulation, this roof is compromised, you really need a new roof. But that sweet spot in the middle, when it can be rejuvenated, we're going to come in and do a tune-up on the roof. Like I said, Jiffy Lube, change your wipers, right? Change some bulbs, change the oil. We're going to do general basic maintenance to that roof, and then we're going to apply our treatment, which then soaks down in and replaces the lost petrochemical oil with a natural bio oil that reflexibilizes and waterproofs that asphalt. Ohio State University testing, which is available on our website, we've got numerous tests, showed that we took a 17-year-old 3-tab shingle, which only lasts for 15, maybe 20 years, but more on the 15-year range. And we passed the same flexibility testing as required for brand new roofs. It's called ASTM testing.
Okay.
We passed the same flexibility testing required for brand new roofs on a 17-year-old 3-tab roof. So,
well, you mentioned the word.
It's skin moisturizer for your shingles to simplify, really simplify.
All right. Well, let's just use that example. Skin moisturizer. Everybody's understood. I take a bottle, I squirt some moisturizer, and I put it on my arm.
Yeah.
All right. What does it look like when you're applying a roof rejuvenation product? You mentioned this oil, a biochemical oil. I'm sorry.
Yep.
But what does that look like? How does that process work? Are you are you rubbing it on the shingle? What does it look like?
Yep, and not biochemical, just plant-based.
All right.
Yep, just plant-based. We are spray applying it through what's kind of like watering your yard. Just think about watering your grass, right?
All right.
We've got a spray unit in a van or in a truck, a trailer, a hose that pumps up on the roof, kind of like True Green when they come out to spray your grass.
That makes sense.
Right? So we're just applying this product, spray applying it. It hits the roof, and it soaks down into the shingles within about 30 to 45 minutes, depending on the temperature. And then it starts to go to work. Over the next 72 hours, it's fusing with the hydrocarbon backbone, which was where the petrochemical oil used to sit, which allowed that asphalt to be flexible, also waterproof. As that petrochemical oil dries out, that hydrocarbon backbone becomes very brittle, and it can no longer contract and expand. It's why you get cracks in a road. It's why you ultimately get a pothole.
Got it.
It's why your shingle becomes brittle and blows off and ends up in your yard.
I mean, that was going to be my next question, which would be, okay, so great. You gave me some flexibility back to a shingle, Mike. I mean, does that really make a difference on top of a roof?
Yeah.
And why does it make a difference if I'm a homeowner that I care that my shingle is even flexible or has that back?
Yeah, great question. It's like a palm tree.
Okay.
If palm trees are brittle, they would snap off in a hurricane, but they don't. They're flexible, so they stand up to the wind. You need a flexible roof. Also, that roof is contracting and expanding more than anything else on the home. The sun comes up in the morning, that roof is 50 degrees. And as the sun comes up, eventually that roof is 140 degrees.
Got it.
Right? So lots of expansion. Thunderstorm comes in. The roof cools from 140, 150 down to 60, 70 degrees in minutes. Thermal shock. Sun comes out, rain passes, sun comes back out, back up to 140 degrees. That roof is constantly moving, contracting, and expanding. And you have to have that flexibility. Those oils allow that roof to stay flexible and strong and waterproof.
Now, what about, I've been up on top of some new roofs, and it seems like those shingles stick together a lot better than they do as the older roofs that I've been on top of. And I'm not sure if there's adhesive right there per se.
There is.
But there seems to be a better stick to new roofs. Is there any legitimacy to adding flexibility as well as adding some adhesiveness back into these shingles?
Yeah, 100%. So there's the asphalt base layer of asphalt, which is the shingle itself, and then there's a bituminous strip, modified bitumen, which is the sealant strips that help glue those shingles together so they won't blow off in the wind.
Okay.
And that starts to dry out. As a matter of fact, most of the manufacturers only give a 10-year warranty on the sealant strip. Might be a 50-year warranty on the shingle, or they call it a lifetime, but 10 years on the sealant strip, right? So that starts to dry out. Where our product is going all the way through the asphalt shingle itself, down to the bituminous strip and reactivating that.
Got it.
And so helping that roof also glue together or re-adhere.
So what's happening here is that you're trying to reduce, not preventing, but you're dramatically reducing the granulation loss off the top of the roof, which for anybody who's ever felt a shingle, you rub it like this. Let's just say sand, it feels like on top of that. Yeah, it's sandpaper right there.
Yeah.
And it stands to reason that the more of those sand granules that you're going to lose, the more of the shingle that is going to be exposed to the elements.
Yeah.
So if you can prevent that from happening, you're going to extend the life of the roof. And then as well, we just talked about some of that bit not being able to have as much raise to the roof as what you normally would have.
Yeah, 100%.
If what you're saying is true, then it begs the question that why the pushback? Why has the industry and some people said, no, this is snake oil right here, not real oil? I think that's worth addressing to homeowners.
Yeah, no, great question. And I think there's two sides of that coin.
Okay.
There's one side that has seen so many products come and go, and I would have been one of those people saying snake oil in the early days, right, as a contractor, because you see so many things come in and out of the industry. So there's that side. There's the other side that now even know that it maybe is real. It's hard to question it, and we get a lot less of that pushback. But they don't want roofs to last longer. They want to replace roofs. To me, and I believe in the next decade, almost every roofing contractor, every legitimate roofing contractor will be required to offer rejuvenation. Because if you're not offering rejuvenation, once you know the product is legitimate, and whether it's Maxx or other, right? Once you know the product works, and I don't think all products are created equal, but I know there are other good products on the market. So at that point, if you know that it works, how can you not offer it as a roofing contractor? Right? How do you not offer that? You have to offer it. It's in the best interest of your customer, because every roof doesn't need replaced. Yep. As a matter of fact, most roofs being replaced don't need replaced. If a roof has not been problematic throughout its life cycle, maybe there's a shingle that's blown off. Maybe there was a leak because the plumbing gasket around the plumbing pipe that penetrates the roof dry rotted and it needed a new plumbing gasket. But other than that, it's been a solid roof, not been problematic. It was installed properly. That's the perfect roof that is being replaced today, where we can come in and rejuvenate it and get another 5 years, maybe even a second treatment 5 years and take it out another 10 years for a fraction of the cost. How does a roofing contractor, a legitimate roofing contractor that calls himself a legitimate roofing contractor, how do they not offer that service to their customer?
I'm interested to know from you, are there any misconceptions about the product that you see out there in the field? Now, I know we've talked about some naysayers, and I know we mentioned the safety, but are there any other misconceptions as this product becomes more prevalent than ever for roofers to use that you are commonly hearing that you'd like to put to rest?
I'm not. I'm not.
At this point, is it just it's commonly accepted, huh?
It's commonly accepted. And the feedback that I get through the dealers,
that's great.
We tell the dealers, go out and build relationships with roofing contractors. If you're not a roofing contractor, go build those relationships. You need to have a good partner that you can refer your replacements over to. You need to find a roofing contractor that has a repair and a service division, right? Somebody who, when they're going out to do repairs on the roof, they can tell the customer, hey, you might want to call Maxx, right? Build those relationships, and those relationships are much easier built today. 5 years ago, I mean, if you walked into a contractor, they didn't want to have a conversation. They didn't believe it.
Yeah.
And, fast forward 5 years, most roofing contractors know what Maxx is. They know about it. They've experienced it. They've gotten on a roof that was treated by it, in the last few years, and are amazed by the flexibility. So, yeah.
There we go, everybody. Roof rejuvenation explained right there by no other than Mike Feazel. You heard it from the expert himself, the man who's been doing it longer, the company that's been doing it longer than anybody else. And so if you're considering roof rejuvenation, you know where to find this guy, Maxx, right here, and you get an amazing product put on your roof and put the life back into it, save you some money in the process. Win-win for everybody. We'll see you on the next episode here of Roofing Explained.